days, man. Go ahead and bring it out what you got.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 15 and verse 10. It says, harsh discipline is for him who forsakes the way, and he who hates correction will die. Hell and destruction are before Yahweh, so much more that the hearts of so much how more the hearts of the Son of Man. A scoffer does not love one who corrects him, nor will he go to the wise, right? That's going into that, hey, the Lord gonna bring destruction amongst those who don't want to hear this word and receive correction, man. Like your brother say, you see brothers out here, you know what I'm saying? Like I say, out here preach, prayer, and prophesy to the best of their ability. You keep walking past, you know what I'm saying? You ride by, you laughing, you scoffing, you know what I'm saying? We out here in front of all these people, you know what I'm saying? And, hey, we pray our record in vain, you know what I'm saying? But for the people who just walk by and don't blatantly just don't listen to the word, hey, the Lord said he gonna deal with you with a harsh discipline, man, for not taking heed to his word, man.
That brother an agent. He got a thing in his ear. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 29 and 1. It says, he that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. So you know, if you gotta keep being corrected, you know, if you want to keep on eating them pork chops, if you want to keep on going out and raping women, if you want to keep on robbing your brothers, trying to set them up, you know, if you want to keep on doing that and falling further into wickedness, you know, you hardening your neck against the Lord. When brothers then tried to correct you and gave you all of this counsel time after time after time after time, and you got to keep being reproved, you hardening your neck, you being hard-headed, you know. And so the Lord said you got to be destroyed, and that without remedy, you know.
It's like it. What Yahweh Shah say, he say, roughly paraphrase, I don't want to butcher this, but basically, you know what I'm saying, if you repent for a sin, you steady out there doing it, there's no cloak for your sins, right?
Right.
It's the same thing. The same exact thing, the same concept.
What's that, Hebrews 10, 16, I think it say something like that. But this is Iraq 32 and this is Iraq 32 and 17. It says, a sinful man will not be reproved. A sinful man will not be reproved, but findeth an excuse according to his will. So you know, you steady finding excuses according to to help you stay in your sins. You know, you steady finding excuses to justify your wickedness. You know, when the Most High keep telling you to repent, the Most High keep telling you to get right, but you hardening your neck. That's why he said you gotta be destroyed without remedy.
Hey, didn't he do that to the the Pharaoh in Egypt? Didn't he harden his mind and his neck, and what happened? Yep. Destruction, right? Destroyed his ass, right? The same thing, bro. And that goes into Matthew when Yahweh Shah said, when basically the Lord, for those who got a hard heart, you know what I'm saying, ears that can't hear, it's like that for a reason. So you can't repent, and so you can't get saved. The Lord only dealing with the elect, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring it out in Matthew. Go ahead. Like I said, the Lord will purposely you know, give you a hard heart and an ear not to hear. You can find that in accounts in the scriptures. All right, this is the book of, 'cause, 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 '
like you. Bear with us, Israel. I'm having some technical difficulties.
Yeah. I'm trying to find a precept. I'm slipping my mind.
But you know, so we gotta stay steadfast in this true word of the Lord. You know, we gotta stay steadfast in the true doctrine. You know, not these false ideologies that these Christian pastors is teaching. You know, we gotta read for ourselves, man. And like I said, you gotta eat this whole roll. You gotta follow in the true doctrine. You know, like Yahweh Shai said, He is the way, the truth, and the light. You know. Brother, let me ask you a question.
Talk to us, brother.
What's up, bro? What's your nationality, bro? What would you say your nationality is?
What would you consider yourself today in America? You're a so-called black man. Like what you identify yourself as?
I mean, I'm African American.
African American. So you'll be a so-called black man, right?
Yeah.
So African American, you know that's the name of the two white men, you know. Where would you be able to find African American in the Bible?
I have no idea.
You believe in the Bible?
You believe in the Bible?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you another question. Was this Jesus? So if you thought about Jesus in your mind without seeing that picture, would you think of him as a so-called white man? How would you think of him?
I think of him as, I know in the Bible in the Bible, don't they give like a little description of him?
I got it for you.
We finna bring it out. We finna show you what Jesus looked like, and then you tell us if it looked like this picture
Move
right
your
here.
pocket so you can see the other picture.
Oh, okay.
All right, so this is depiction of this John the Revelator, right? In the book of Revelation, he depicting what Christ gonna look like. You know what I'm saying? When he come back, right? So it says, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 14. It says, his head and his hair were white like wool, right? So you see this depiction right here. His head and his hair is white like wool. It's talking about his beard, his hairs, all that, right? White like wool. And it says, white as snow. And his eyes were like a flaming fire. His feet were like fine brass. So what color is brass, brother? Like a brown, right? So it says his feet were like fine brass, as if refined in the furnace. So his feet was like fine brass, as if burned in the furnace. So when if brass already brown, you burn it. That means it get real dark, right? Because when you burn, so what happens? Anything you burn, it get this color. You know what I'm saying? It get darker. You know what I'm saying? It don't stay its regular color, right? And it says his voice as the sound of many waters, right? That's basically the description of Yahweh Shai or Jesus when he come back. So that'd be a so-called depiction of a so-called black man. Right. You got woolly hair, you know what I'm saying? My brother got woolly hair, you know what I'm saying? I got dreads, but if I was, woolly hair, you know what I'm saying?
So if he was walking on the earth today, he'd look just like us,
you
know?
Right, you know what I'm saying?
Right. So we finna show you who you are according to the Bible, brother. I'm gonna bring out. So how our people got here to America? Right. Okay.
Did you know that was in the Bible? You know that was a curse that was gonna come upon God's chosen people. We didn't hearken unto his laws, statutes, and commandments.
You heard of Moses before? You know what Moses did? How he helped free the he went up to Pharaoh, was like, let my people go, and because they were slaves under Egyptians. All right, so this what the Lord told Moses to do after they had got free from the Egyptians. After he gave them the little 10 commandments and all that. You familiar with that? All right. So it says, it's Deuteronomy 28 and 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now, a curse, would you say a curse a good thing or a bad thing? Bad, right? Okay. So he said, so Moses told the Israelites, well, the Lord told Moses to tell the Israelites if they don't listen to his commandments, and follow his instructions, then these curses are going to come upon y'all. So let's read the first curse.
This is like the book of Deuteronomy. These curses the brother finna read. It's gonna help you identify who fit these curses and who these curses for. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you read these curses, just listen close. You'll be able to understand more. Like, damn, who that sound like? You know what I'm saying? Who that fit? Because these curses will be upon you as a sign for generations, right? The generation to come. Go ahead.
Verse 16. It says, "Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field." So you go to any city, go to any hood. Who living in the hood? Who living in the worst conditions? Right. Who last hired, first fired, and all of that? That's us, right? Right.
Stereotype. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stereotype. Strung out on drugs or whatever. Doing whatever they doing. That's our people, right?
Yeah. You know
right.
What I'm saying? You would agree. Overall, majority, right? You know what I'm saying?
Most part.
Yeah, you got a balance of everybody, but that's just the balance of good and bad. You know what I'm saying? But overall, though.
Overall, you see our people.
You know what I'm saying? The bigger picture.
Right.
It's all people, right? Go ahead.
And it says, "And cursed shalt thou be in the field." So back in slavery time, who was cursed in the field? Who had to pick that cotton from sun up to sundown? Working in them hot sugar cane fields and all of that. Getting whips in their back and all that. Wasn't that us? Right. So that's one curse that fit us, right? This is another one. It says, this verse 30. It says, "Thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her." So say back in slavery days, you got you a wife, y'all in y'all little cabin, y'all slave cabin, y'all both just came in from picking all of that cotton and all of that, y'all laid up.
You can use it.
Yeah, you can use it for today
down,
too.
Right.
Yeah, but you go ahead and do it after I do this example. But so and then you laid up with your wife in y'all cabin, and then what happened next? Boom, master come kick you in the door, grab your wife up by her hair, drag her out, and he finna do whatever he wants to her. That's you having a wife and another man coming a lot with her. And the brother got another example.
Or just like today's age, right? You got a woman, you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's your woman, you know what I'm saying? People know it's your woman, right? Y'all been arguing lately, you know what I'm saying? Woo, y'all been getting at it. And then you got this evil, say like you got a homie around, you know what I'm saying? And he looking at your woman sideways, right? That's your wife though, you know what I'm saying? And he go lie with her, you know what I'm saying? She cheated on you with your man, you feel me? That's a curse, you know what I'm saying? Because that's your wife. Your wife belongs to you, right? So when you got a wife, that's yours, no possession. That's a curse that another man will even be able to lie with your wife. And it's a shame for a righteous man to even look upon another man's wife, another man's woman. That's a shame in the eyes of the Most High God, you know what I'm saying? Because she belongs to you, right? That's another curse.
That's
All of that, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Right? That's the basic commandments, you know what I'm saying? Go ahead, I'm gonna bring out 41. Oh, you bring it out. And then we're gonna go to 68. 41, yeah.
All right, verse 41. It says, "Thou shalt beget sons and daughters, but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall."
You got kids, brother? Nah. Okay, who this sound like though? Go ahead.
"Thou shalt beget sons and daughters,
So thou shalt have sons and daughters, right? Go ahead.
but thou shalt not enjoy them, for they shall go into captivity."
They should go into captivity, right? You wanna break it down for them?
So you go. All right. So picture, even now, with the when you having kids, and if you're not doing, if the white man don't like how you treat your kids, right? He can call DCFS, and they come snatch them up, and you can't do nothing about it,
That's captivity, man.
Right. Even back in they put them in foster homes, That's a sign of captivity right there, And even back in the days, what you ever seen Roots before? So what Kunta Kinte's daughter, she got sold, right? Kizzy, they called her Kizzy or whatever. So they had came and sold her, and they couldn't do nothing about it. You can't even enjoy your kids back then. You can't even enjoy them now how you want to. You can't even discipline your kids how you want to. Because what? The so-called white man will come and snatch them up, and put them in the system. Now they got foster moms probably getting raped and doing whatever, by the foster care workers and all of that. That's captivity. That's part of the curses that we're going through as a people.
We're gonna bring out one more for you.
another one.
This Isaiah 42 and 22. It says, but this is a people robbed and spoiled. They are all of them snared and holes. So you know when brothers basically what we call ourselves a snare is like a trap, right? A snare is like a trap. So like when you selling drugs or whatever, when a brother's selling weed and all that, what do you call himself? In a trap, right? Because you know that's mainly like
See that?
right. That's mainly like the main way our brothers can make it. That's the main way we can get ahead. We can get ahead to get some money in our pocket, you know. Because these jobs ain't paying us nothing, you know. So you know we all snared and holes. But look, it says they are all of them. It says they are all of them snared and holes, and they are hid in prison houses. So you know we come out of them traps, and then what? We get arrested, and then now we all in prison houses. You know, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we the leading races in the prison. You know, ain't no more people in prison than us. You know, we filling all of them up. And it says.
Always have.
It's in
Right.
the Bible though, you know what I'm
Right,
saying?
this in the Bible.
It's in the Bible, right? They
It
ain't
says,
like, your past don't teach you
ahead.
this. It's like, your past ain't never taught you this. You know what I'm saying? Have you even heard these scriptures before?
I don't think so, probably not.
Probably not, right? That's, you gotta think about how many people in the world, just like you, brother, that don't even know about these scriptures. You got the pastor of the church who teaches you God loves everybody and God this and that, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't telling you none of these important things, none of these important factors, right?
Right.
To help you identify who you is, even as a person walking the earth, right?
Right.
Go ahead, Al.
It says, they are all hid in prison houses. They are for a prey, and none delivereth, for a spoil, and none saith restore. So, you know, we all hid in them prison houses, and what? Ain't nobody coming to redeem us out of them prisons, you know? The white man can just throw the whole book at you, you know, and you got to do whatever years he tell you he wants you to do.
Yeah.
You know? Ain't nobody there to restore us. Ain't nobody there to save us from out of their hands, you know? Because we a prey to them. So let me go back to this last curse. I'm trying to, I guess it's the, it says,
So this one of the biggest curses to let you know who the Bible talking about, who fit the Bible, right?
right. It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
So I'm gonna give you the context of the word Egypt. What you think the word Egypt means, brother? What you think Egypt means? You have to take a wild guess. What you think Egypt means?
The Lord said he's going to bring us into Egypt again.
Again. What was our first
Gotta
captivity?
be something bad.
Yeah, what was our first captivity, brother?
Right. So remember when I said what Moses did? He said, "Let my people go to the Pharaoh of Egypt."
Right.
So they was under captivity in Egypt.
Right. So people say you're African, right? But you're not really African, bro. You two different bloodlines. How you if you identified yourself as African American and they labeled you as a true African, right? Then how is it so that you put your own brother in captivity, right? Because we was our first, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Indians, or the Negro is really, you know what I'm saying, the southern tribe. They really the first captivity was in Egypt, right? You know what I'm saying? So your brother would have had to put you in slavery. But this what the word Egypt means according to the scripture. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 20 and verse 2. It says, I am the Lord your God, which is possessor, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. So Egypt means bondage. And what the Lord say, I'm going to bring you into the land or bring you into Egypt again. So I'm going to put you back in bondage again. If you're not listening to my laws, statutes, commandments. Go ahead.
It says, and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again, which is bondage. And it says, with ships. Now, how did you say we got to America?
Ships.
Right, so it just said that in the Bible, right? Don't that sound like it's talking about us? But it get deeper than that. It said, the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships, by the way whereof I spake unto thee. So it's going to happen the same way the Lord spoke it. And it says, and there you shall be sold to your enemies. So when we got off them boats, they oiled you up, you know, brought you out on that stage, and then what? They started auctioning you off, brother. You know?
Like NFL.
Right.
You in the NFL, when you finna get drafted, don't they got you doing the combine? You know what I'm saying? They checking your body out, checking how
Right.
you
See how fast you run,
see how
and all
fast
that.
you run,
See
how you
how
jump.
you can jump.
They checking you out. It's the same techniques, but it's just in modern day. You
Yep.
probably don't even notice that. You feel me? You probably it's a draft day about it. It's the combine, but
That's like because what they used to do back then, they had the slaves fight each other.
yeah.
Had it
They
like they did on
strongest man fight each
Django and
other,
all
right,
that.
you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Fight to the death, and if you win, you know what I'm saying, you can stay in the crib for a day or two. You know what I'm saying? Get a massive bed, you know what I'm saying, and glass of water, you know what I'm saying?
So it said, and there you shall be sold unto your enemies
So your enemies, the Bible said that you got biblical enemies.
for bondmen and bondwomen. And no man shall buy you, meaning nobody gonna redeem you. Like we just read in Isaiah, ain't nobody be redeeming us out of these prison houses and all that.
Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Louis Farrakhan, all these big name African Americans, so-called, that's trying to redeem the people out of oppression. Well, the only way out of oppression is the Lord. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The only way out of oppression is the Lord, because like the Lord just said, it can't no man redeem you. I'm your only redeemer. He's gonna send his son to redeem us, which Hebrew name is Yahweh Shai, which people call their Jesus, ignorantly. You know what I'm saying? That's the only redeemer. That's all we got. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it's important to turn back to the laws of the commandment, because we facing from 15 to 68, we facing all them curses, man. Do the math. You know what I'm saying? That's a lot of curses, and them curses fit us perfectly. You feel me? No other people on the planet Earth went through slavery on ships, especially the Atlantic slave trade. You know what I'm saying? No other people was dispersed like the Israelites, destroyed. You know what I'm saying? That's us. We don't know who we are. Hey, why everybody else got a culture and heritage, but we don't? Right? Where our land at? The land of black or African American, right? What's your language? You just know English. What was your first language though? You probably don't even know. You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't never taught you that. They ain't gonna tell you that. Because they want you to be destroyed. You know what I'm saying? They want you to be trodden up under them. They want you to live in their ways and their customs, right? And you don't even know. You spoke one of the holiest language before you was introduced to English. And you don't even know that. The Lashawan Kodash. That's Hebrew, right? You didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? Okay, you want to bring something out? I know you got to preach.
I got another curse. It says this Deuteronomy 28:46. It says, so like I'm gonna start at 47. So no, I'm gonna start at 46. It says, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So just like that sign on that tobacco store right there say open, so you know that it's open. These curses is on us for a sign. So so we can determine who we are, so we can see who we are. So we'll be able to know, we the ones with these curses. We must be the people that the Lord was talking to back then to keep these commandments, or else all these things gonna happen to us that's happening to us now. That's how these curses on us for a sign. And it says, because thou servest not the Lord thy God with joyfulness and gladness of heart for the abundance of all things, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee in hunger and in thirst. So when you're hungry, you gotta go to the so-called white man, or go to the so-called Arab man, or Chinese man. You gotta go to them to get something.
Corner stores and
right,
all these
stores,
big
Walmart.
corporations owned by, you know what I'm saying?
We don't own none of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And it says in hunger and in thirst. You thirsty, you go to 7-Eleven, who own that? You got them Indians or the Arabs owning that. You want to get you a Slurpee or something because it's hot outside. You feel me? You got to get that from them. And it say and in nakedness. You want clothes? You go to Walmart. You go to the mall. We don't own no malls, right? We don't own no Ross. We don't own none of that. And it says, and in one of all things, you want your license. You gotta go to the white man. You want to get married to your wife. You gotta go to the white man.
You gotta go right to that courthouse and sign a certificate.
Right, you gotta go right to that courthouse and sign a certificate, like the brother just said, And it say, and he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee. Who was walking around with yokes of iron on their neck?
Right.
Until they got destroyed. Ain't that our people with them? That's a collar. A yoke of iron is a collar. A collar with a chain on it, so you can't go far. And they used to have like sticks on there. So like if you try to run away, your collar got the sticks on it. If you run into something, it automatically break your neck. You can't and then you'll be just there laid out. And they'll probably just leave you there to die or something because you tried to run off. So it said they was gonna put the yokes of iron on our neck. What other people fit these curses besides us? It's not really nobody that fit these curses besides us.
It's undeniable.
Right, it's undeniable.
It's undeniable. You can't deny it. You know what I'm saying? And it's all in the Bible that you say you believe in, right? Do you believe in the Bible halfway or the whole Bible? Be real though, brother. Right. Is you sure though?
Not 100%. I ain't even gonna lie.
And why is that?
Because I'm not too knowledgeable.
Right. So what do you subscribe to? What you believe in? Do you believe in anything at all?
I believe in God.
You believe in God, but you don't. So let me ask you this question then. If you believe in the Most High God, right? What's your structure of life? Like how you living to please the Most High God, or what you believe in? Like what path you take? What instructions is you indulging in? You know what I'm saying? You believe in heaven and hell? Let's say that.
Yeah.
You want which way you want to go? You want to go to heaven, right?
Yeah.
So how you getting there? What instructions are you taking to get there? That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I see what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
I
Well, your guide, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's never, been a secret, that, like, our people have, like, been oppressed, or, whatever you want to call it. But I mean, the main thing is, not what you're gonna do about it. You know it's happening.
Well, let's see what the Lord say.
That's the key part that you just said, brother. What we gonna do about it?
Let's see what the Lord
we
gonna do
finna
about
show
it.
you.
What the Lord say He gonna do about it, right? Because the Lord, we just read, the Lord look like you and me. So in the Lord, well, you probably don't know this, but you know what I'm saying, we gonna tell you. You come from 9 times out of 10, you know what I'm saying? Well, willing, you coming from the same tribe or the same nation that the Lord came from. If you're a so-called African American man, you come from the same tribe that Hamashiach and Hawashah walked or came through. The same lineage. So you come from one of the top tribes, which would be the so-called African American man, right?
These are the tribes right here.
Bring up first. I'm sitting right here. I don't know.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 10, verse 12. So you said, what should we be doing? You said, now we know that we in these conditions, we in these hellish conditions. Because hell is a condition, Hell is not like some place that you go to after you die, Hell is, because everybody go up to the spirit world when they die, But we in this hellish conditions, we in hell right now because we not in power. When we go be in heaven, that's when we in power. Heaven is gonna be on earth, like it say in this Bible. So we got to know how can we receive that salvation? How can we be saved from our enemies? How can we be saved from being oppressed by the so-called white man and these other nations that come over here and oppress us?
What's your purpose what's your life purpose?
Right. So this Deuteronomy 10 and 12, it says,